Hi there and welcome. This is Jeff Lewis from Comintech here, where I help run our sales and delivery. I'll give you a quick introduction about Comintech. Integration is the key to the intelligent enterprise. And we believe that to design, build, and deploy these integrations, you need to combine technology, data modeling, and business process knowledge. This is what we call business integration. And this is the sole focus of our company. Our business integration approach has helped us successfully complete a variety of different implementations, pioneer bleeding edge technology, complete the first global side-by-side implementation, and perform some of the largest migrations worldwide. Thank you for joining our webcast today on using position management in an integrated environment. I have with me here today Gauthier de Smet, our senior most architect, and he will be speaking about our experiences with clients and how these integrations affect them and their SAP HCM data. You will also get some recommendations for the migration and some key takeaways. Please also note that at the end of this presentation, you will find our email addresses, for any questions and or comments, as well as a link to our website, www.comintech.com, where you will find links to other webcasts and pertinent information. Once again, thank you for your time and consideration. Without further ado, please welcome Gauthier de Smet.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks a lot for the introduction.
Absolutely.
So today in this webinar, we're going to talk about using position management in an integrated enterprise, integrated environment. So what can you expect from today's presentation? So we will cover how to best leverage the position management functionality in Employee Central when you are in an integrated environment. So when you integrate your data with SAP HCM system. We'll also look at what the impacts of position management are on your SAP HCM data, again, in an integrated environment. So we will really highlight the differences in the data maintenance between the organizational management data in SAP HCM and position management in Employee Central. Obviously, every organization, every customer has specific needs and constraints. So at the end of the webinar, we'll share a link or we'll share our email address where you can contact us to discuss your project in more details anytime you want. Who is this presentation target to, or who will benefit the most from this? It's really, again, when you are in an integrated enterprise. So if you or your customer are currently on SAP HCM environment and looking to migrate to Employee Central and want to keep your SAP HCM system in the future in an integrated way with Employee Central to keep running local processes such as payroll, etc. So what we call a core hybrid or side-by-side scenario. And obviously, it's intended for you if you're looking to leverage the leading practice in Employee Central without impacting too much your current processes. So before we dive into details, why using position management? That's a question we get a lot, especially when you come from history in SAP HCM in organizational management. Position management is a different way of working, so why using it? Well, the main reason is really leverage the leading practice, take advantage of the leading practice and the best technology in terms of position management and organizational management. So SuccessFactors position management is really a core aspect for that. It has integration with other SuccessFactors module, so you really work in one environment in SuccessFactors when you have recruiting, succession management, etc. It's all centered around position, and position management is integrated with those other modules. There's a strong synchronization with the incumbents, so with the employees that are assigned to the position, so you can manage your position and the employees will inherit all your information that you manage on the position level. It allows a very granular maintenance on the position level. So you really focus to what's important and to what is the actual day-to-day activities when you maintain your employee or when you maintain your organizational data. It's actually all around the position and the employees that are assigned to those positions. So position management is really the key for that. Again, around that area, you maintain a position hierarchy structure. So you maintain a position org chart, and not if you're coming from a SAP on-prem world, not an organizational chart, but a position chart. So that means you're really focusing again on the people, focusing on the jobs. With position management, you have additional features such as headcount management that you can configure based on the FTE that you expect for the position, the FTE of the employees, features on the position level, such as that position is to be hired, is supposed to be hired, is ready to be hired, the right to return functionality on the position, the fact of the position category, position type. So I won't go into all details there. You have a lot on the position management implementation guides, etc., in the different websites. Also, if you manage your external workers, for example, with SAP Fieldglass, position management is integrated with Fieldglass, so you can have a complete view of your both internal and external workers in the same location. So again, using position management means adopting all those cloud leading practice. So to leverage all those benefits of the cloud leading practice, you need to set up position management according to the leading practice and not try to do a lift and shift of your SAP HCM organizational management, but just adopt that new technology, adopt that new way of working. So the first aspect we need to consider is migrating from the SAP HCM organizational management to Employee Central position management. So how can you best leverage those leading practice functionality of position management when you come from a SAP HCM organizational management world? So really think about it as a fact that you move from a world where your organizational management is centered around organizational units. So you create organizational units to group your employees that share the same manager, the same cost center, the same the same location in the structure. That is a good way of working. That's how you work in SAP HCM. But really, that concept is you group your employees in organization units. A consequence that we often see is, for example, that you create a lot of org units just for the sake of assigning a manager for a group of employees. So you end up with an org unit for every 5 employees, for example. In that concept, all the positions and the employees inherit the assignments, inherit the data that you maintain on those organizational units level, so on those group of employees. So you migrate from a world where everything is centered around organizational units to a world where you maintain positions, so where everything is centered based on the position. So this is a structure that we see here in the graphic, the typical structure in Employee Central. So you maintain everything around the position. So the position will be assigned to a department, division, etc., but will also and mainly be assigned to a parent position. So you will build your position hierarchy, your position structure in Employee Central. So the structure is really focusing on the position structure rather than the organizational structure that you typically have in SAP. You have both at the same time in position management, so you have all that granularity, those multiple level of information that you maintain on the position level. So all the attributes, all the data is maintained on a position level individually, and the employees inherit those data from the position. So again, that allows you a really full granularity of the data maintenance on the position level. So once you have that in mind, how can you migrate from the old world that was centered based on organizational units, so the SAP HCM organization, to the employee central position management organization? So the first recommendation is to make sure that you map your SAP organizational unit structure to the employee central company structure, so those business unit division departments. Assign all the position to a department in Employee Central. Typically, don't try to assign a position to a division or to a business unit, because if you do so, you don't leverage all the leading practice, all the tools that position management can offer you. So really try to assign each position to a department level in Employee Central. The way you assign org unit structure to the Employee Central company structure depends on how you maintain your organizational structure at the moment. So there are different options. You can maintain all your org units, well, the top structure to business unit, the second structure to division, and the rest to departments, or you can migrate all your org units to departments, or you can take the opportunity to migrate to Employee Central to do a cleaning of your organizational units and reduce the number of organizational units if you had created a lot of those just for the sake of defining managers, for example. The next thing is really build the position hierarchy in Employee Central based on your org structure hierarchy in SAP HCM. So typically in SAP OM, organizational management, you don't maintain a position hierarchy. So you define the relationship between a position and the managing position is by assigning a position to an organizational unit and defining the chief position for that organizational unit. In Employee Central, you will say each position has a managing position. So you really need to do that conversion during the migration. Another important thing is really to populate all the attributes of the position in Employee Central based on the data that you inherit for the position in SAP HCM. So if we take in our little example here, to the left, we have the SAP HCM structure where a cost center can be assigned, for example, to the top org unit in my example here. So that means that this org unit and all the org units and the positions below will inherit that cost center. So everyone will be assigned to that same cost center. In Employee Central, my cost center is assigned directly to each position. So again, during the migration, you populate the attributes individually for each position, and you do that conversion based on the data that is inherited in SAP HCM from the org structure. And last but not least is do not underestimate that migration. Plan to work on data quality, validation, improvement to make sure that you can leverage the leading practice follow the leading practice of the position management in Employee Central, even when you come from a history of organizational structure in SAP. So now that we've looked at the migration, and again, that's high level, how can you limit the impact on your SAP HCM organizational management level once you are using position management? So now we're looking at the picture where, okay, you are live with Employee Central, you maintain your positions using position management in Employee Central, but you need to replicate that information back to SAP HCM so that you can use SAP HCM to run further processes such as payroll is a typical example. Well, the key thing is there will be some impact. The main thing is in Employee Central, the position data, the position attributes are maintained locally for each position, so individually for each position. So we saw, for example, you convert from a position to organic to chief position hierarchy to a position to position direct relationship hierarchy. That means that when you switch Employee Central on and you replicate the data from Employee Central back to SAP, there will be some impact. So, for example, that chief position on the organizational unit level typically is replaced by the position hierarchy in SAP HCM. Also, you don't have that concept of inheritance anymore for the cost center, for example. So all the cost centers will be assigned directly to each position. So the org unit manager normally is also not maintained in Employee Central because it doesn't have a reason to be maintained in Employee Central. You use that position structure. So be ready to embrace those changes. Make sure to prepare that upfront. The standard in SAP HCM is ready to tackle those changes. So that position hierarchy already exists as a standard in your SAP HCM environment. Typically, it's not used. It's used for exception. In Employee Central, it's used as a rule. So there will be impact, but be ready to embrace that impact and make sure to prepare on that impact. So the key takeaways: position management has many benefits. We focus here mainly on, well, attention points. This is what will take to go to position management. But the first thing is it has many benefits. And you see a lot of companies that have a history in SAP HCM, organizational management, are embracing position management and they're, well, enjoying it. They get the benefits out of it. To leverage those benefits, follow leading practice. Don't try to lift and shift. When you migrate from SAP OM to position management in EC, really follow those recommendations that we've highlighted high level here. Feel free to contact us or any of your implementation partner to get some additional recommendation. But yeah, every customer is different here. The recommendation will depend based on how you currently maintain your org structure. When you use position management in an integrated environment, it will have impact on the SAP HCM data. We've highlighted a few of those. There are some more, but again, be ready to tackle, communicate with the right people that can bring expertise to the table and help you tackle these impacts during the project so that you don't get them as surprise when you go live. So that was it for the key takeaways. Jeff, you want to? Sorry.
Yeah, that's wow, man. Thank you for the presentation. I mean, that's actually pretty cool how this really changes the focus from the organizational unit to the employee and their position, keeping the employee experience like in the forefront of what they've talked about at Success Connect recently, and how this just talks about moving forward with the employee as the key and the employee experience wins. So thank you very much for that. Very educational. We appreciate your time and everybody's time. Please, with any questions or comments to us directly, you can either visit our website, like I mentioned earlier, www.comintech.com, or you can email me. I'm Jeff Lewis at comintech.com, or Gauthier de Smet, which is Gauthier de Smet at comintech.com, and we'd be happy to answer anything. Again, please go to our website, look at some more of our webcasts, and we appreciate your time today. Thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you.